cute mug. Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. I made this channel about a year ago and just never used it. My name is Brittany and I've aspired to make content for the last several years, but I've been hesitant on actually pursuing that for a multitude of reasons. So in this video, I'm going to introduce myself so that you guys know a little bit more about me. And if you want to follow along in my journey, then I am happy to have you here. And if I'm not for you, then that is totally okay as well. First and foremost, I work a full-time job, about 50 hours a week, sometimes 60, just depends on the week and what's going on at work, but I do work a full-time job. So this is more of a hobby for me, which is the way that I want it to start, and I'm doing it just for myself because I've always found that making videos and watching videos is just fun for me. I've just been scared to do it. I live by myself with my dog, whose name is Clarabelle. She's a Border Collie Labrador Retriever mix. She's absolutely adorable. She weighs about 50 pounds, give or take. She's black and white. I'll pop a picture up of her on screen. She's pretty rambunctious, but she can also be really chill. She likes her routines. She doesn't really like to get broken out of those routines. But in general, she is just a very, very happy dog. On the note of living alone, I also just don't really have a lot of friends. I never had many friends growing up. A lot of friends I did have weren't real, true friends, and I've had a lot of bad friendships. That's a part of the reason why I want to do this. It might not get a lot of traction. It might not get a lot of followers. I really just want to build a community of just self-love and true positivity in life, because life is hard enough without people adding to it. If you so far like this, feel free to subscribe to my channel so that you can see more and you can be a part of our community. And comment below and introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about you too, so we can all meet in the comments. I do have other hobbies aside from this. I like to play games. I have a Nintendo Switch. I have a computer. I also have a PS5. I don't really use it much. But I also like to watch Twitch. A lot of times when I'm just trying to relax from work, I'm watching Twitch or I'm watching gaming stuff on YouTube. I do a lot of crafting when I can find the motivation as well. That's one of those things that I just have to feel like actually doing to do it. I've done a lot of crafting things, from journaling to crochet to knitting. I have stuff to do like perler beads. I have stuff to do needle felting, even things such as Legos. I just built a bunch of Lego flowers the other day. I do also like to read books, though I don't do it nearly as often as I did growing up, but this year I'm really trying to get back into doing that. So my goal this year is to read one book a month, whether it's a physical book or on my Kindle. I do also like to do beauty type things, hair, makeup, skincare, those kinds of things. I don't get many chances to do it as often as I used to like to do it, but when I do those kinds of things, I do really enjoy it. I'm sure I have other hobbies or things I could talk about in that category, but those are the main ones that are coming to my head right now. I'm sure you'll see more in future videos or vlogs. Another big part of my life is exercise. I've spent over 7 years trying to be consistent with my exercise goal. Last year in 2024, I started exercising full-time 4 days a week from January 1st all the way through the end of the year. I was going to the gym and I had an entire routine and everything. It was fantastic. And I finally learned to love being fit. This year, a couple of things have happened. The year has not started out the best, if I'm honest, but something I was really looking into kind of towards the middle to end of 2024 was something called calisthenics. If you're unsure of what calisthenics is, it is basically mastering your body weight. I really didn't think I was someone who would ever be able to do it. I just didn't have the confidence in myself. When this year started out pretty rocky, things ended up lining up within my life to where I felt like starting calisthenics and pushing myself to do something so completely out of my comfort zone just felt right. Aside from calisthenics and the actual gym, I have spent years and years and years before 2024 doing at-home workouts, trying to do YouTube, trying to do apps on my phone, programs, whatever you can think of. I do think it is something that everyone should try to do and get it in whatever way feels best for you. As far as eating healthy and balanced meals in that part of fitness and healthy lifestyle, I am not so great at, but I really want to push myself against my boundaries this year to try and better that within my budget. As far as my daily life goes, I typically just go to work, come home. I don't really go anywhere. I'm really trying not to go anywhere because I'm trying to pay off credit card debt, to be honest, and just feel financially free. The only places that I go aside from home and work are to H-E-B to get groceries and to Sam's Club to get some bulk groceries. I get bonuses from work every quarter, so I put aside a small amount of money from each bonus to go to Sam's Club throughout the quarter so that I don't have to buy as much at H-E-B every week, and it really helps with keeping my finances down and having just a little bit more money to be able to put towards debts. I do take Clara to get her nails trimmed at a local groomer. They don't do the actual groom on her. They just trim and clip her nails for me so that I don't have to worry about it. And we only have to do regular bathing here at home. Typically on the days when we go and get her nails trimmed, she's pretty anxious. So we'll also go to a park that is right next to the groomers to walk around for typically anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes depending on the day and how busy the park is. Afterwards, we'll go to a treat shop and just get her a pup cup, make her feel good so that she can have it whenever she gets back home. Aside from those couple places, we don't really do much around here. I'm a big home, so I don't mind staying at home. I love my apartment. That does also mean that my videos are probably just going to be more boring to some of you, and that is totally okay. Not everyone's videos are meant to vibe with everyone. While we're on the topic of not going anywhere and trying to control spending, I did just want to be upfront about why I'm not trying to spend money and I am trying to intentionally be here at home more. I have debt that I really want to get paid down. I told myself I would get it paid down last year, and I'm pretty sure I told myself this same exact thing the year before in 2023. Did it happen? No. We are 3.5 months through 2025. I am tired of being in debt, to be honest, and it's so stressful. I also understand that I am fortunate to not be in more debt than I am. I will put the amount of debt that I have on screen so that you guys can see. And if you're also in debt, we're in this together. If you have tips for just not spending money, then please feel free to drop them below. I have quit a lot of negative things in my life. I've struggled a lot in my life, and I would say not spending money is not the hardest thing that I've done, but it's one of the very harder things right now because I've quit a lot of other things. Spending money is really the last coping mechanism, if you will, that I kind of have. And so some days when I'm really struggling, I do find it hard to not go out and spend to get that instant gratification to help myself feel better in the moment. Let's just be upfront and honest. It might help us in the moment. Later on, when we realize the amount of money we've spent trying to make ourselves feel better, it feels like crap, because then you're realizing, oh, I just put $2 or $3 or $4 or $1,000 towards my debt. It's not always that much, but sometimes it is. I have debt in several areas, so I'm going to kind of share all of what I feel like my debt is with you guys. These are maybe not things that you would say are specifically debt, but they are all things that I want to and need to get paid off. I have 2 Capital One credit cards that have debt on them, a Quicksilver one and a Saver one. The Quicksilver has more than the Saver one, but really they're not that far off from each other. The other credit card I have that has a balance on it is my Best Buy credit card. That one only has a balance on it because of the camera that I'm filming on. I did go ahead and purchase the DJI Pocket Osmo 3. I bought the creator bundle a couple of days ago. I haven't used it a ton, obviously, because I've only had it for a couple days, but I do really love it so far. If you want to hear more about it, let me know and I can always make a video on it. There were some deals I made with myself in order to allow myself to make this purchase, because obviously it's not a very cheap camera. It's on the cheaper end for good cameras, but it's still not cheap. One of those was I start recording videos to post to this YouTube channel. The other is I get my spending under control and I don't spend any extra money, period. There are a few exceptions to the not spending money rule, but they're very few and far between. Aside from credit cards, I have a car, so I pay on my car every month. That's getting paid down every month, so it's not like a big stress, but it's still debt. I also have student loans from when I went to culinary school years and years ago, so I would love to just get that paid off. I am lucky and I don't have an absolute ton of student loan debt. It's still a stressor and it still takes money out of my paychecks every single month, and if I could just get them paid down and done with, I'd feel so much better. A couple of random things that in my eyes are debt are my iPhone, my iPad, and my watch. That's a part of my debt as well, just because it's something that I can pay down to not have to pay again. I take very good care of my technology and things these days. I'm not planning on getting new things, so the sooner things can be paid off, the better. As far as finances go, I do budget. I have a unique, if you will, style of budgeting. I think when I was searching for budgeting templates and ways to budget and everything, I just wasn't finding anything that worked for my financial situation and the way that I get paid at work, trying to get ahead of things in life. I've kind of come to create my own way of budgeting, or I wouldn't really even say it's much budgeting, but just keeping track of my finances. I do my finances on a 4-week basis, no matter what month it is. I've done it that way for well over a year, probably closer to a year and a half, 2 years, maybe even 2.5 years. I've done it for a long time now. What that has done is, over time, help me become further ahead on larger bills to have a kind of emergency fund. I don't do it for all of my bills, but I do it for my rent, my car payment, and my car insurance. Since I've been doing this for years, what has happened is, instead of me saving up right now my rent for April, I'm currently saving up rent for July. I have April done, I have May done, I have June done. So I am technically working on being a 4th month ahead. If you're interested in learning more about how I keep track of my finances, how I budget week to week, exactly what my 4-week budgeting plan, just let me know. I can make a video. Maybe I can even make some sort of template for you guys to download and use if it's something that could also help you. I can definitely do a dedicated video. Let's jump into talking about exactly why I wanted to start creating content in the first place. years ago. Like I mentioned in the beginning, it just always has looked fun to me to record videos. I've loved watching videos. I've watched solely YouTube and Twitch for years and years and years at this point. I actually tried to start a YouTube channel for specifically beauty things several years ago. I posted one video with a questionnaire type thing. I just never went back to it. When I decided I was going to do this channel, I decided I was going to do it differently. I don't want to restrict myself to one type of video. I might want to do a sit down video one day. I might want to do a vlog one day. I might want to show you guys crafting one day. I might want to do a gaming video one day maybe. I don't want to just put myself in this box that I then feel like I have to stay in. I want to do this as a hobby. I don't expect anything to come from it. I don't expect to make money from it. If I did, that would just be, that would be a cherry on top, But I want to do what I want to do with this channel, and I want to do things that make me feel happy day to day. I also want to build a community of positivity and self-love. I have spent a lot of my life not loving myself, who I am as a person, what I look like, just everything. Up until probably about a year ago, I still had a really hard time with that. When I decided to make this channel almost a year ago and didn't post, a lot of the reason I didn't post was because I just felt like I wasn't good enough. I felt like I didn't deserve this space, even though it's my own space. I didn't deserve it. Just taking the test videos I have taken, I've already seen things about myself that you just don't see day to day. You don't see the way your mouth moves. You don't see the curvatures of your body or the hand movements that you do. You just don't see those tiny little details that everyone else that's around you on a day-to-day basis gets to see. So there's already been things that I've seen that I'm like, oh my God, I do that? Do I really? And people see me do that? That's a part of why I want to do this as well, because I want to learn to love who I am to the fullest extent. I love who I am quite a bit as a person these days. It's taken a lot of work on myself and my way of thinking and going about life to get here. I still have more work to do, and I want to see the things that other people get to see. I'm open to judgment, even if you say, move on, what's the point in hating? The people that don't like you, if they really want to say something, you telling them not to isn't going to stop them. No one's judgment is going to make me feel bad about myself. No one's going to tell me something that I probably haven't already told myself in my life. I don't care what other people think of me at this point. If you don't like my content, that's perfectly fine, because not everyone is for everyone. There is someone for everyone at the same time. The people that I vibe with and the people that want to learn more about me or follow in my journey or join this community, whatever reason it is, if you just want someone to talk to and you find that in my comment section, that's great. That's what I want. That is the point. I'm also doing this because aside from wanting to do it for years, a big reason I haven't is because I'm scared for people that I know to see my videos and judge me. I also just want to put myself out there and show myself that it's not as scary of a thing to do as it is in your head. You can hear people barking. She is so upset. The hair on the back of her neck is standing up. Lay down, baby. Relax. I am someone that has struggled to find motivation to do pretty much anything in life my entire life. I struggled with depression very, very badly when I was growing up. I struggled with it pretty deeply up until a couple of years ago when I just found someone that finally just knew how to talk to me to actually help. I just am not motivated some days. When I lack motivation, it is like pulling teeth and nails to get myself to do something. I want to do this and it's fun, and just it being fun motivates me to want to do it. My goal is to put up a video a week from here on out. I am who I am, and the people that like it are going to stay. The people that don't are probably going to comment that they don't and leave, and that is perfectly okay. If you introduce yourself in the comments, then see you in the comments, and I will try to answer to anyone that does. I'm excited to meet some people in the comments and gain some community members and friends potentially. If you want to see my future videos, learn more about me, learn more about my life, then please subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. You don't have to at all. No one has to. If there was anything that I talked about today that intrigued you and you want to hear more about it, then feel free to ask me and I will try to answer as many as I can. If it's a question where I can make a video on it, then I can definitely make a dedicated video on it. Thank you so much for watching. If you've liked, subscribed, or commented already, then thank you so much, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.